So whether you're trying to be a content creator or streamer, I wrote down 5 categories. I got my paper right here. I wrote them down. And in between each category, there's things like little bullet points we'll hit up, and we'll go over. If you guys don't know, this is our 4th episode of the podcast. It's called Unmask, Reveal Your True Identity. As you guys can see, time around, I was like, you know what? Let me do like not an educational video, but just like I guess it is educational, just to like, I guess, give you confidence, or, you know, add stuff to your book of like, of knowledge, you know what I mean? Like pick my brain on certain things. So, because you might be a great content creator or streamer, and then I say something, you're like, damn, I didn't even think about that. You know what I mean? So like, knowledge is power. So that's why I think it would be a good idea for me to come on here and talk about it, especially doing full-time and part-time. Obviously we're part-time, got pretty successful, and now we're full-time, you know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be a good idea. That's why I thought of this idea to do it, to maybe help you guys out a little bit. Or if you were even thinking about maybe streaming, or like had that itch, maybe this is the itch that, you know, this is what puts you over the top. Be like, you know what? Yeah, I can be a freaking part-time content creator, or full-time content creator, or streamer, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I thought about this. I thought it'd be pretty cool to sit here and talk to you guys about it. So we're going to dive right into it. With the first point, I think is the most important thing. Whether you're part-time or full-time, being consistent. If you guys, we're going to talk about the broad scheme of things of how to be consistent, and then we're going to go into it a little bit more, like what can you be consistent on, what's out of your control, what's in your control. So consistency, like what is consistency? It's like having a schedule, having a pattern, always doing it. Like that's when I think of consistency, that's what I think of, like on repeat, pretty much, of like doing the same thing in and day out. You know what I mean? So consistency for a streamer and a part-time, full-time streamer content creator is huge. I'll tell you the benefits from both sides, like the pros and cons pretty much. So if you're part-time, right, because you work a normal job or you go to school, whatever the case may be in your life, you can't be a full-time content creator streamer. So you're part-time, which is great. But if you're streaming once a month and it's random as hell, like you're like, all right, I'm going to stream today because I got nothing going on, and I'm going to freaking, you know, just go live and just wing it. You know, that's not being consistent. You know what I mean? You're not going to get any traction from doing that. You're going to maybe get a couple of followers here and there, and then the next month's going to come around, and you're not streaming on the same day nor the same time. And, you know, if you have a group that's following you, they're going to abandon ship because they can't keep up with how inconsistent you are. You got to think, like, humans are made to be on a schedule. Like, we like being on a schedule, like time schedule, you know what I mean? It makes things a lot easier, especially for people who are like very organized or OCD like this. Being on a schedule helps out a lot. So being consistent on a schedule base is huge for your community, huge for you too, because, you know, you can plan around that time, right? If you're a part-time, and like for my personal experience, I was part-time for almost 2 years. I would stream every single day besides Tuesday and Sunday. Right? I'm trying to remember. Yes, Sunday was my day off. Tuesday I completely took off because we had dog bomb training school for the dogs. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was live in the afternoon. Saturdays obviously were different because it was a weekend, but Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was live around 6:30 to about 9. I put about like, or 5:30 to 9. Like I was always around that 5:30, 6 p.m. Eastern time frame and like every day, no matter what. And obviously if something happened, whether work got in the way or something personal happened, I always kept my community what's it called, in like up to date on what's going on. Just like today when I couldn't get on I knew I was going to be able to make the time slot of 10 a.m. I told you guys, yeah, it was a little late, but I was going to see if I could try to get it before the 10 a.m. mark, but obviously it didn't happen. So I took time, went on YouTube, you know, did the whole thing, try to look at what's it called? How to fix this mic, all this audio crap. But you know, I kept you guys informed, and that's part of being consistent, you know. Well, that's another topic we'll talk about, but like having a schedule is very, very huge, right? It sets you straight. You're like, hey, like right now we're full time. I'm live every day from 7:30 a.m. around there, right? Give or take 7:30 a.m. Eastern time frame to around 12 to 1 o'clock. Thursdays, I just started going to church on Thursdays in the morning, so we start a little late, like around 8. And then I double stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays around 5 o'clock to around 8 o'clock, and it's like, you know, always around that time, but we always had that schedule. Same thing with Saturdays. Like usually Saturdays hit or miss, just because it's the weekend, you know, I get up a little later, got to do whatever, you know what I mean? I'm off Sundays, but having that schedule for your community is so big. And then also with the platforms you're on, like YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, whatever platform you're on, you know, there's a certain algorithm that you guys don't see, but like obviously, you know, if you're streaming every day from this time to this time, you're going to get in some type of algorithm, and then certain people are going to keep seeing you. You know what I mean? Like you're just going to make yourself present in that time frame. Like people know that I stream in the morning. Like even people who play Fortnite, right? Reload. They always see me in Reload in the morning in the lobbies because they know that's when I stream. If they see a Batman skin, they'll be like, "Yo, does Batman stream on Tuesday nights?" No, he doesn't. Okay, so that's not him. You know what I mean? Like it really sets a mark for your community and other people who just see you around because, you know, they're so consistently seeing you on them certain times. So having a schedule is very important. So if you're looking to go part-time, create a schedule, sit down, really think about it. Like you're part-time, like you'll get a 1099 from this stuff. It's go on your taxes. Like sit down, take it as your real job. Okay, I can't do Tuesdays and Thursdays because I got football practice, or I got this. I got to take care of the kids. The kids come to my house this weekend. Whatever the case may be, sit down, make a schedule. If you got to do 2 nights per week for right now because you got school and work, make it 2 nights a week. It's better than doing none, right? But have a schedule. If you just do 2 random nights out of the week, no one's going to keep up with you. Like I said earlier, no one's going to sit there and like want to keep up with you. You know what I'm saying? So set a schedule, sit down, get your pen to your paper and start scheduling shit. Because if you don't schedule anything, you're losing yourself. You already lost yourself. You know what I mean? So get a schedule going. It's huge. It's important. Whether it's 2 hours a stream, 3 hours a stream, better. That's more exposure than if you were doing 1 to 0 days a week, you know, or saying once a month. If you're part-time, I highly, highly, highly suggest you do maybe 2 days a week. 2 days a week, man. It's if you're part-time and you're streaming twice a month, like you're not getting any exposure. What's it called? Yeah, having that schedule is huge. Like I'll bring up Wooly for example. He puts out a schedule every week, which is fine. You know what I mean? Because you know shit happens. You have a life. You know what I mean? You got to do stuff certain days. You got appointment this day, appointment that day. You got to freaking take care of your mother, whatever the case may be. You know, he puts it out a week before, and it gives his audience, his community, plenty of time to adjust to it. You know what I mean? But having a schedule is key, man. Whether you do it once a week, but yeah, again, going back down that part-time job. Like if you guys are doing like part-time and you're only like 2 days a month, like that exposure is so bad. It's not you're gonna take forever to grow. So if you're really trying to become a part-time streamer, because if you're trying to become a part-time streamer, I hope that your next jump would maybe to go full-time. Like if you become so successful as a part-time streamer and you're like, damn, maybe I could go full-time, that should be your next jump, right? So that's like my mindset right now. If you're a part-time streamer, if you're doing it twice a month, it's going to take you forever to grow. You're not going to be, it's going to feel like you're just going nowhere. So sit down, go week by week, think about it. Like, hey, this is my schedule. How can I implement streaming into my schedule and freaking, you know, rock this shit? Full-time, obviously, if you're full-time and, you know what you're doing, you've been there, you're more a veteran as a full-time streamer, you should know this by now. Have a schedule, set schedule, tell your community about it. Like, we shouldn't have to go too deep into having a schedule as a part-time or as a full-time streamer because you're full-time. Like, you should be doing it almost every day, give or take. But yeah, that having a schedule is freaking huge. Next point we're going to go to is we're still under consistency, but posting on other platforms. If you guys are just on Twitch, you got to think about how Twitch is, right? If you guys are just on Twitch, you gotta think how Twitch is. There's no For You page. There's no like shorts. There's no reels. The only exposure you're gonna get is if people click on your name and you have like, you know, your welcome in video, or when you're live, people can see you. And at that point, that's where the like For You page comes in at, and Twitch is going to promote the channel on the discovery page. But then again, you got to think it's a business, right? Twitch is a business. Are they going to push you out, or are they going to push me out? I have 1,000 people watching me. They're giving me subs. You know, I have ads turned on all the way up, so Twitch is making money off of it too. And then they have you where you're only having 50 people, you know, viewing you, and your ads are turned all the way down. You're not making any subs. You know what I mean? So they're going to push me out more than you because they want other people to get in on my stream so they can make more money. It's a business. You guys got to learn the method to the madness. It's a business. So if you're not on any other platform and you're just making a name for yourself just solely on Twitch, it's going to be really hard for you to grow. And there's no consistency there. Like it's a toss up. There's going to be days where you get freaking exposure on Twitch, and then there's going to be days where you don't get any exposure. You might get like 2 followers, right? I remember when I was part-time, I got all these bot followers. So I got like 4,000. It was crazy, right? And before them bot followers, I was having probably around 10 to 15 people come in and follow me every day, every time I went live. So it was very consistent, right? I was being very consistent with the followers, and then boom, the bots hit me. Obviously, we got rid of the bots. I used Commander Root, whatever, the whole 9 yards. But it felt like Twitch put a shadow ban on me. Like within a week, I got maybe 2 followers. I'm like, what the is going on, man? Like this is crazy. So I didn't know what was going on, but obviously, like I think they put a ban, like a shadow ban on me because of all these bot followers I got, but it wasn't even my fault, right? I was like kind of playing the numbers, playing the system. Maybe Twitch saw that and thought that, I don't know, I was trying to like scheme the system or whatever. But you guys gotta realize, with just Twitch, like you gotta understand the business. So if you're just on Twitch, it's gonna be very hard for you to grow. Like just straight forward, gonna be so hard for you to grow. That's why they have TikTok, they got YouTube, they got Instagram, they got Facebook, they got Twitter. Utilize all these other platforms for your brand. Like that's what it comes down to. You're trying to sell yourself to people to freaking come in and be part of your community, right? So if you're just on Twitch, who the fuck's gonna see you? The same 10 to 15 people. Again, we're talking part-time, like same 10, 15 people that come in every day to see you. Like, how are you growing? You know what I mean? Like, you need to be on another platform somewhere promoting yourself. Like, I'm even on Snapchat, like promoting my fucking shit because I have a public profile to where people can see me without even following me, or whether I don't want them to follow me, they can still see my shit. You know, maybe they want to come in and say, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to promote yourself on different platforms. It's so fucking crucial because you're getting that exposure. And that's like just going to lead to more success, that people are going to know who you are. You know, they're going to see the Batman everywhere. They're going to see, oh, I know the Batman. Like there's only one Batman, the Batman, right? And I'm just using myself as an example, but like they're going to just see me. They'll be like, yeah, I've seen him before. I've seen his clips. You know how many people come into my YouTube and be like, yo, I saw you here. I saw you there. And it's like, it makes me happy because I'm like, damn, that's good because that means I'm getting exposed. Like I'm getting out there in the algorithm, and people are seeing it and it's sticking. Like my name is sticking to the wall. If I just threw my name against the wall, it's sticking. That's why it's so crucial for you to post on other platforms. If you're not posting on other platforms as a full-time content creator, you're doing something wrong. Like, I mean, even if you're just throwing up a clip here and there on TikTok or Instagram Reels or something, YouTube Shorts, you gotta get over to them other platforms, man. Look at all these other big streamers. They're everywhere. You look at Cypher PK, Nick A30, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on every single platform. They're on even Reddit. Like Cypher PK has a Reddit channel where it's like, I don't even know how many people are in there. Over 100K, which is crazy, right? They have Discord. They have every little small platform to be out there to expose themselves. And that's why they're so consistent on numbers, because they're everywhere, you know, and that's how you need to be. You need to be consistent on posting on other platforms. It's so crucial. It's not even funny. So posting on other platforms and making a schedule. two huge crucial things to be doing while you're trying to be consistent. I'm telling you guys, just imagine that the 2 points that we just went over, being consistent, making a schedule. If you streamed once every month and then didn't post any other content anywhere and you just streamed on Twitch, like you probably have, I'll say maybe 5 viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I'm being real with you. You're not going to grow. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to achieve your goal. Like, if you're being a part-time content creator and you're posting once a month, like, right, you're not streaming, right? Say you're being a part-time content creator and you're posting one update out of the month from Fortnite, and you know you're just covering one update when there was 5 in that month. Dude, you're going to get steamrolled by every other content creator trying to be better. You know what I mean? No one's going to want to watch your shit because you're covering one fucking update per month. Like, no one's going to want that shit. That's so inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, Cypher PK and Nick A30, these guys are huge content creators because they cover every little fucking detail in Fortnite. You know what I mean? And as a part-time content creator, like, if you're really, really into it, all right, and you really want to be a fucking full-time content creator, you better get your fucking shit together and start doing the shit that they're doing, man. I'm telling you. All right, that brings us to our next point. Obviously, we are kind of already scratched the surface on this one. It's keeping your community informed. It's huge. I mean, you guys, like, every morning I say, if you guys are in the Discord, I say good morning. Hope you guys all have a great day, right? It's just like it's like me saying happy birthday. Like, I feel good that I put that out there. So if you guys are having a bad day and you read that, you're like, fuck yeah, like Batman said, have a good day. But keeping your community informed, like what we're doing per day on stream. Like, hey, this Saturday we're going to be doing customs, you know? Oh yeah, I fucking love customs, you know? Boom. If I never told you guys we're doing customs and you really like customs and you saw that we were doing customs, like say you came into the stream late, you're going to be like, what the fuck, man? Like, I didn't know you were doing customs. Who said we're doing customs, you know? Oh, you can go down so many rabbit holes with keeping your community informed, but like, you just got to keep them informed with everything you do. Like today with the mishap of not having my audio work, right? I kept you guys updated. Hey, we're going to be going live at 11. I gave you guys a specific time. What we do with the giveaways, the videos, like the YouTube videos, like having a Discord so big too. So if you guys don't have a Discord and you're trying to be full-time, part-time content creator / streamer, like that's why they have Discord. Discord is literally made so you can communicate between your community and yourself, and even your mods. Like, if you're not on the same page as your mods, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you are the freaking like center of your community. You got to make sure shit's running straight. Like, let's act like you're the fucking president. If something happens, everyone's going to look towards you. They're not going to look at my mods. They're not going to look at the viewers. They're going to look at you, be like, what the fuck, Batman? Like, how can you let this dude do this, or whatever the case may be, right? I'm just throwing hypothetical stuff out there, but yeah, it's so crucial to have I think for the community to have Discord, and a lot of people have Discord. Like, again, you go back to Cyber PK, Nick A30, guess what? They have all fucking Discord. You know how many people are in there, you know? So they keep their communities updated and informed on what's going on. Like, God forbid someone passes in my family, or I got to go do something, or I get in train wrecked. I don't know. God forbid something fucking bad happens, and I don't tell you guys. And like, you're looking forward to the stream tomorrow because I was like, yo, I'll be on 07:30 a.m. Eastern time frame. You know, my normal schedule, being consistent, and I'm not fucking there. What are you guys gonna be like? What the fuck? You know, you're gonna really think something happened. You know, but then I just log on late. I'm like, yo, what's up, guys? Like, I just didn't feel like getting on until 9 this morning. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So, keeping them informed. Obviously, shit happens, life happens. So keeping your community informed is very, very huge. And it's like, I feel like it's respectful too, because, you know, you're planning your day or work, whatever you're doing, like whether you're working or not, like you're setting your schedule up around when I stream. You know what I mean? So like, if I don't fucking tell you, I feel like it's disrespectful. And on me, like, I feel like I don't want to disrespect you, obviously. And emergencies happen and everything. We all know that, but like, for the most part, you guys are doing that. So I don't want to disrespect what you guys are doing. Like, I'm wasting your fucking time. You know what I mean? So I don't want to do that. That's why I think it's crucial to keep your community informed. You know, same thing when I was in the Marine Corps and I was a sergeant and I was in charge of Marines. I always try to keep my Marines informed on what the fuck is going on. Because if we're just sitting there for 2 hours and they're like, what the fuck, what's going on? They're going to look at me again, just like how we talked about you're like the president. They're going to be like, Sergeant, what the fuck is happening? Like, why the fuck are we sitting here? And I'm just like, I don't know, like what kind of leader is that? You know what I mean? Try to get answers, figure out what the fuck's going on so you can, keep them informed. Because guess what? With that, they're going to respect you all as well. They'll see that you're putting in the work and that you're trying. So they're going to respect that shit. You know what I mean? So consistency on keeping your community informed is huge. We kind of already talked about it, but the trying to figure out the method to the madness, like with that's like a hypothetical thing. Like, yeah, I think Twitch, there's a method to being successful. So being with the saying, the method to the madness is you got to try to figure out the method to the madness, which is like, say, Twitch, right? You got to know what works and what doesn't work. That's on you on being consistent. Like, that's a personal thing for you to be consistent on. If I'm doing I'll give you a really good example. So like when Fortnite first came out like 7-8 years ago, right? Or 7 years ago, everybody, Ninja, Tfue, all these guys, they were posting their full video on YouTube that was like 20 minutes long of the whole gameplay of the 40 bomb that they just did. But now, like back then, that was cool, right? That was cool. Everybody wanted to see it because Fortnite was legit, right? Now people just want to see the 8 to 7 to 9 minute clips, like video wise, on that 40 bomb. You know what I mean? If I went on YouTube and I posted a 25-minute video of me playing BR and half of the time I'm just running around the map trying to find real players, you're going to log right off of the video. But if I put in there 8 minutes of me running around, killing people, being Godzilla, stepping on people, getting the dub, the highlights, the main points in the video, that is such a better video. You know what I mean? But again, that's knowing your method to the madness, not just with Twitch either, YouTube, Twitch, or TikTok, Instagram. Like, you got to figure what works. Time moves on, stuff changes. Like now, remember back in chapter 2, fashion shows were so big. I don't know if you guys remember back in chapter 2, but how big fashion shows were, because Epic wasn't pushing out any updates. Like, we were getting like chapter 1 or whatever lasted like 5 months long. So like the real big thing was to start doing fashion shows. Now fashion shows are still cool, don't get me wrong, but they're not as big as they were back in chapter 2. You know what I mean? Like now it's just like, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what the super trend is, but finding out the method to the madness on what works and what doesn't work, what used to work and what works now and what doesn't work anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you got to figure that shit out as a content creator, as a streamer. You need to know what works. Like, if you're sitting there and as a streamer, right, and you're just playing box fights for 3 hours straight, like, no one wants to see that, especially when Godzilla's out on the map, right? As a streamer, people want to see the new update. They want to see you become Godzilla. But if you're just sitting there, like, box fights aren't a thing anymore. They are, but you know what I mean? They're not as popular as they were when they first came out. You know what I mean? Like, you can just go on the Fortnite Discovery page and just find out all the different things that works. Like that one-shot mammoth shot is like one of the most popular maps right now. In a month, it's not going to be so popular. So like, just like Squid Games just came out like IRL and on Fortnite. So cool, yeah. Stream Squid Games and be around that because that's a hot topic. But in a month from now, don't do that because no one's going to want to see fucking Squid Games anymore because it's dead. It's old. Like, we need a new subject to talk about. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by figuring out the method to the madness and being that's like going back to being consistent with it. Like, you need to stay on top of the hot trend. You know what I mean? It works on TikTok. It works on YouTube. Like, Godzilla came out. If I posted a video, like as a YouTuber, when a new season comes out and I have all these clips made ready to go for the, like, I'm trying to give you guys a good example. All right, say like OG Fortnite remix, right? It's chapter 2 remix. I have all this content ready to go for January, but the new season came out January 1. Nobody's going to want to see chapter 2 remix content in January. That shit's in the fucking past. The new map's out, new chapter's out, chapter 6 out, Godzilla's coming. That's the shit you want to fucking talk about. You don't want to talk about Snoop Dogg and his fucking lowrider anymore. Like, that's dead. It's done. It's like, you beat the horse, you beat the horse with the stick enough. You know what I mean? So being consistent on content is huge, whether you're a streamer or a content creator. Like there's similar things between each one. So you got to definitely be big on that for sure. On how to be consistent with trying to find out the method to the madness. You know what I mean? The next point we got is promoting your brand. Again, that kind of just goes back to posting on other platforms, but you got to think too, promoting your brand, you're just promoting more than your content. You're promoting yourself too, because if you do stupid shit, like, I don't know, say 5 years from now, and you want to try to pick up a sponsor and you did some stupid ass shit, no one's going to want to sponsor you. So you got to really think about promoting yourself the right way, if that makes sense. I hope that does make sense. If you guys want me to elaborate a little bit more into that, I can, but promoting your brand is huge. Like, again, being consistent with your brand, your name. If I had the same name on Instagram and Twitch, and then on YouTube, my name's completely fucking different. You see how like crazy that is? You know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna know who the fuck you are. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're not promoting yourself correctly. Like, again, look at Nick 830. He's got, his name is the same across all his fucking platforms. So you, like, same thing with me. For some reason on like Instagram and TikTok, someone already had the underscore Batman 97, which I think is kind of weird, but whatever. But I did the same name, the underscore Batman 97, and I just put a 1 at the end. So it kind of sucks that them names are taken, but it's still there. You still get the point. The underscore Batman 97, sure, the one's there, whatever. But you try to stay consistent with your name across all your platforms, because again, you're selling your brand. If my name was different on Twitch than from YouTube, that's gonna be like, they're gonna be like, what the fuck, man? Like, you got to make it as simple as possible for your fucking community, because some people, they don't want to deal with that bullshit, like trying to figure out your name from YouTube to Twitch, so on and so forth. So you got to really just try to have the same name, have the same content. Because if I'm like, people ask me, hey, if you look in any of my bios, I say I cover Fortnite 99% of the time. Like, that's all we do is cover Fortnite. And I say I have a podcast show. But if I'm on there and I say, yeah, I play Skyrim and Helldivers, and that's my full-time content, and then I'm on Fortnite for like a month straight, it's like, what the fuck? Like, this dude said, he was on, he loved Helldivers and fucking Skyrim, and he hasn't even played it in 2 months. So that's like also selling your brand, because that's what people know you as. When I play Fortnite, if you think of Cypher, you think of what does he do? Same thing with Nick 830, right? All these big streamers, they're content, they're Fortnite creators. So when they play a different game, it's a little weird, but they know that 99% of the time they're covering Fortnite. That's all they play. You know what I mean? So selling your brand and promoting your brand is very, very huge. It just makes it a lot easier. The consistency a lot easier for your community. Also, the last point, inconsistency. I always tell people too when they first come in, like, hey Batman, how can I be more of a better streamer or whatever? I only have 2 views, blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, you can't worry about the fucking views. If you sit there and all you're doing is looking up at the views and you're just, come here, Athena. My dog's in here. Hey. Go lay down. Go on your bed. Go on your bed. Lay down. So yeah, if you're just sitting there and you're like, oh my God, I only got 2 views. Like, this fucking sucks. Like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. Like, I'm getting the fuck off, and you only been live for an hour. It's like, bro, don't worry about the views. Don't worry about how many subs you're going to get. Don't worry about how many fucking, how many biddies you're going to get. Don't worry about the follows. Like, go on there, stream, and have a damn good time doing it. When I stream, I don't see how many people are watching me on Twitch, because I don't fucking care. I'm going to continue to do what I do, whether I have 50 people watching me or 2,000 people watching me. It doesn't matter. Be consistent in your form, and don't worry about the viewers. Don't worry about the subs. Don't worry about any of that stuff. The follows. There's times where I stream and I get 0 followers. I don't care. I'm going to just keep doing what I do, man. That's like, you can't worry about that, because once you start worrying about that, like, it gets in your head. It messes you up as a streamer. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you're thinking of something else while you're trying to focus on the game, and it just screws your gameplay up, man. That's a personal opinion. If you sit there and you worry and you care about that kind of stuff, good for you. I hope it doesn't like distract you or anything. But for me, if I look up and I have 100 people watching me, cool. If I got 10 people watching me, cool. I'm going to act the same way I do. I'm going to talk to my community. I'm going to talk just like if there's 100 people watching me or 10 people watching me. So I think that's really big. And that, again, that's a personal opinion. In the last 2 years, my first, obviously, couple months as a streamer, I did care. I really cared about how many people were watching me. But now I don't fucking care, man. It doesn't matter. It does not fucking matter how many people are watching. You just go on there and you do what you got to do. And if you're good at it, people will start to fucking follow you. And I promise you that. I remember being, I had 5 viewers and I was like, why do I only have 5 fucking viewers? Like, don't worry about that, man. Like your chat, be able to see that shit, and it's like a turn off. I don't know. For me, it's a fucking turn off. You know what I mean? Like if I see that shit, like a complete turn off, dude. 100%. If you're sitting there and you're like begging for subs or for biddies or for people to, I don't know, donate to you, whatever the case may be, like for me it's a turn off. And I would say for the most part, people probably watching would agree with me. Like if I sat there and I was like, guys, I need subs, like I fucking need it, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it's a turn off. If you're doing the right thing, that shit's gonna come. It's like a plus. It does 100% a plus if you're doing the right thing as you grow. You know what I mean? Some people get a little offensive and a little touchy when we talk about money and subs and biddies and stuff like that. But don't worry about it, man. If you're doing this just because you love it and you love create content and stuff like that, don't worry about that stuff. I promise you it's gonna come, man. I fucking promise you. You just got to keep being better and it will fucking come. But yeah, so consistency, one of the biggest things for real one of the biggest things you can do as a streamer, as a content creator, part-time or full-time. And again, all these points I'm going to go over they're going to like just revolve around each other. So the next part we're going to go into, a lot of the things I'm going to talk about is going to plug into being consistent. And that's throughout all 5 major topics we're going to talk about. They're all going to somewhat run back into each other. And that's great. Like you know what I mean? You don't want 5 separate things and just have a cutoff. All these things should run into each other. It's like a well-oiled machine. They're just going to keep riding with each other.